Okay, here we go. This is a pickup game. This is AAO versus them. Actually, it's the other way around, but I don't know if it really matters. Whatever. Anyway, this is game 3. So whoever loses is not out of the tournament yet, but has to find more wins essentially to continue into next weekend. So AAO bringing with them a Gdansk without. Interesting to see a Gdansk build this time without Adrenaline Rush, but as you can see, Toth Gdansk doesn't have Superintendent, whereas Vaska's does, and that's the main difference in builds here. We've got a Harugumo. This is a 420 Blaze It Harugumo. The first time seeing AAO, I think, for this tournament, by the way. We've got a Marsili, the first time seeing Marsili today. There's Brisbane, Moskva with unique upgrade, another Moskva unique upgrade. We've got a Conqueror. Interesting build there. That makes sense. And then finally, New Jersey in a full secondary build, Schlieffen. What do we have for AAO? Or for them, sorry.
For them, we have a Grozvoy Daring, possibly heading to Bacon with a Marsilian Tow. There's a nothing special about their builds. It's not a unique upgrade Daring. Interesting that both Gumos are not 420 blazing, so nobody's going to be sitting in smoke. But one of the Gumos with a unique upgrade Moskva and the Loria built for survivability and changing shells. Heading over to Apples, looks like the Grozvoy broke off to go to Apples too. And then over on chocolate side, we have a Aragumo, Moskva, and full secondary build Schlieffen Light.
Including, yeah, secondaries in slot 1. Yep.
He doesn't even care that he has the main battery.
Oh, look at his torpedo launcher rolls. Terrible. 397 hit points on his port rear torpedo tube. 635 on his port forward torpedo tube.
I try not to look at that so I don't have to complain about it for 4 hours.
Fair.
I try to save my complaining for subs. Alright, Grozvoy got the apples first.
Now, I'm recognizing the names of them. For those of you guys who don't know, this is mostly Lair or WND, which is team, I believe it was a Russian team. Marsili taking some torpedoes in that smoke screen. Neither ships had hydro running. That's an oops. Brilliant torpedoes by Vaska's Gdansk. Anyway, so these are Russians that used to play on the Russian server and then migrated over to Europe when the server split happened.
Stupid border dispute. Well, the Grozvoy got briefly radared, which is why all the shells are coming in. Over at Apples. All's quiet over on Donuts. Just check that out.
What's interesting is, yeah, I mean, so the Gdansk for Toth looks like he was trying to sit into B area. I think they were trying to set up a trap with the two Gdansks of whatever goes into B, most likely the Daring, and I think they were trying to murderize that. But as you can see, Thon didn't do that, probably because of the Gdansk torpedoes that No Name Lords Marsili took. Speaking of Marsilis taking damage, and Pulseong and the Marceau over there took some big hits. Actually, about the same place where that Montana got whacked.
Well, the Moskva over at Donut side got smoked into his position to potentially get shots in on his Gdansk status. Well, kind of stuck between a rock and a Moskva, which really stinks. Because he's got Moskvas all over him. Behind him, in front of him. I'm sure there's one lurking somewhere.
Yeah, well, they're smoking up Dino Gaming's Moskva. Now he's going to take some hits and possibly a torpedo or two for his trouble. He can't slow down. He sees the torpedoes. He's going to try to dodge. He's going to take the one on the belt. forces the
I think they're a
DCP.
little early with that smoke to get them up to that rock. I'm sure that's why
Yep.
they smoked there.
Well, and
Down
the
goes the
reason,
Gdansk.
yeah, the reason for him to be in that position is now no longer there. The Gdansk does go down.
Well, it's still a strong position, even though I'm sure he would have been like to have been pointed the other way.
Yep.
This way's not horrible, neither.
No, he's got the ability to pop out radar, whatever, but Misa getting radared for a second there in the Grozavoy doesn't really matter too much. He
I
sees the Conqueror luck chucks.
I don't understand the smoke from the Grozvoy for this Moskva that's got this huge island and the Haragumo smoke train to, I don't know, keep him spotted while he does something or
Well,
undetected.
it does allow Ferry to drop anchor for a moment if he wants and shoot at Esgara's Conqueror for free. That could be part of the reason for the smoke. The other part could be to bait torpedoes out, like see the Brisbane now? Could be to bait the torpedoes to make them think that them is trying to get their cruiser out of trouble, which makes sense. The question is, will Dino do that? So far, he's not.
I mean, I'll be honest, if that's a game plan, it's stupid. Like, what trouble is the Moskva in? None. They got him to his rock. Yes, he lost some HP pool. You know, if they were going to keep the Gumo in smoke, I think it would have been better off if they started it and kept it a little bit straighter, more sort of Haragumo have a little bit more maneuverable room.
Well, see, from my perspective, the torpedoes tell Dino that there's still something over here looking to torpedo him. Obviously, that's going to be the Brisbane. And it tells him that they're still very interested in this area. Look at Black Blueberry and his argument. Look how forward he is. Barry continues to just sit here and farm. He's actually smoking himself so he can continue farming. Wow. They really want this Conqueror dead.
I mean, do you blame him?
No. Absolutely not. There's the Brizzy radar. Now Black Blueberry's going to come in and start gunning with his Hargamo. And Esgara's Conqueror also shooting. Very a little bit slow to react. I think he thought he was expecting everybody else to shoot in front of him because, you know, most people when they're radar, the first thing you do is hit W 4 times and pray. Barry's not doing that, though. Matter of fact, he's perfectly happy to sit and wait out this radar and continue taking damage to charge up his adrenaline rush. I think that's a huge mistake for Ferry. And there he goes.
Yeah,
That's a misplay.
I think him popping a smoke, I think AAO recognized that. They're like, okay, he's, like you said, fully committed to this Conqueror, which means he's not going anywhere. And they punished him for it.
Oof. Speaking of punish, Loria does get the kill on the Conqueror.
AP out on the Brisbane from the Moskva. Oof. Could have been so much worse, but here comes the Haragumo. Caught under Hydro, and he's deep in that Hydro. This is all or nothing.
And he's going to
but
turn into the Torps,
torpedoes-
and goodbye. Oh no, he actually gets the Torps off just before dying. Man, they really want this Moskva dead. And they're not going to kill him.
Now, the one thing this actually does is it pushes the Moskva back to potentially get AP'd from the other Moskva across the way. Right?
Mark
Because
looking.
he's probably now just detecting the Brisbane Torps while he W's.
Yeah, he's looking. So Mark 14 is looking, but the problem is Dino went dark because he backed up because of those torpedoes. So I like the attempt.
See-
I like the idea.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't understand the girls why smoked there. Like, the Moskva's in a fairly safe position. Like, you know Torps are going to be coming, but with the Colombo being now down, the Marcelo being very low, yeah, time to push out a little bit and get some damage in. The Brisbane's not going to do that much to you.
I'd say that just the biggest issue was just the execution of putting that Harugumo in the smoke. If the Harugumo was not in that smoke, if the Harugumo instead put a smoke a little bit behind it or something, you probably would have been better off. Hell, if he would have hit W 4 times, like the standard random battles player does when they get radared, he probably would have been alive.
Actually, he would have been better off as soon as the girls' voice smoke was down to just leave.
Absolutely. Absolutely, but he got greedy.
I mean, it paid off in the end. Like, you're
Mm-hmm.
down like a conqueror. The Gumo, I, you know, YOLO probably because of it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you lost one ship, they're down four. And ironically, I think three of them are just from apples alone. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Gdansk that they lost, they set up for that pick. So, like, that happened fairly early.
Yeah.
Oh no, we have Schlieffen on Schlieffen on Schlieffen action.
Well, I've been watching that while you've been talking about all that. Yeah, I mean, just all the shells going in on New Jersey, and he has to take it because, frankly, they're down almost 100 points until them wins the game. That's it. Done.
It's 1 minute or less.
So New Jersey will probably be farmed out. I mean, Hargumo pulverizes, breaks things, breaks secondaries, breaks torpedo tubes, sets fires,
Where's Adam?
swears at him, pens the superstructure. Does it pen the bow of, or deck armor of the Schlieffen? I
Oh, New
don't
Jersey got some good
remember.
rolls on his turret tubes. I hate you.
He did get good rolls on him, but he didn't get good rolls on this battle. So he's about to die, and when that happens, that will be the end of this game. Using that pinata camo, he goes up like a pinata.
And
2 seconds to go.
GG.
GG's indeedy. I take my death picks because, death picks
Ironically, nobody got bacon.
wasn't needed, wasn't necessary. So congratulations to them.
More
Go ahead,
importantly, thank you, Fairy, for not making this an official wargaming blowout.
Very true. Very true.
And now we have 4 hours to wait because somebody called for a rough.
I think they've finalized it and said that done. Decision's been made, and I think that's kind of the way to go. It's unfortunate. Personally, I always hate to see a team disqualified, but you either enforce the rules or you don't, and you're screwed either way. So